The term pareidolia is used to describe the occurrence of seeing humanoid faces in unusual places, like in a tree trunk or in the clouds. Here are the many faces of Mother Nature, as seen by a person suffering from pareidolia. That's so cool, Jansen loves Sparkle. We wish we could go there. Maybe one day, when Bored Badger gets poppin'. We love and appreciate all of your comments, Bored Badgers. So keep up the love you show our channel. Totally love it. Number 30. The nature of sadness. Sadness is apparently an emotion that transfers over into the laws of nature. What other explanation do you have for the sad face in this picture? We'll never find out what made this limestone formation sad. Maybe it's just the weathering over time. Whatever it is, this is the saddest rock we've ever seen. Number 29. Screaming in silence. The tree in this picture looks like it's screaming, trying to hail a taxi or something. We didn't think that trees needed a ride to the airport too, but here is photographic proof. However, since trees don't scream, at least out loud, I wonder how long it took for this guy to catch a ride. Number 28. Faces in a cow face. You might look at this picture and become distracted by the adorable cow face staring back at you. While it certainly is a cute cow face, this wasn't the face we were talking about showing in the video. The face, or faces rather, that we were talking about were the two faces facing each other in the middle of the cow's face. We understand that this is a lot of faces to get straight, but they're all here, staring you right in the face. Number 27. An argument with a leaf. If you do see the face in the leaf in this picture, you might think that it looks more like a face with a green bag over their head. While it certainly does look like an enclosed head, the face looks like it's been engaging in a heated argument for quite some time now. We don't know what kind of things a leaf would have to argue about, but here it is, looking like it's getting frustrated at the fact that it's losing. Number 26. I see you. The bark on the tree in this image makes it look as though there were a dozen eyes watching your every move. This isn't a whole face in nature, but the eyes look close enough to eyes in real life that we wanted to include them with the other many faces of nature. Perhaps this tree is how Mother Nature keeps an eye on things. Since it's hard to keep an eye on everything in the forest all at once, you'll probably need several dozen eyes to help out. Number 25. A face in the rock. Hanging over the side of this rock looks to be the face of a younger person. The sex of the person cannot be determined, but you can clearly see that this picture has a rock shaped like eyes, a nose, and a mouth. This is another picture that is too big to be able to see what is in the background, but we'll assume that this is the man of the mountain watching over a nearby town or village. Number 24. The Queen's Head. In Taiwan, you can find a rock formation that has a regal look about it. As you can see from this photo, the formation looks like a queen's head. In fact, that's its given name. It's definitely a strange rock formation that took hundreds, if not thousands of years to carve until we got the rock you see here, which is famed and immortalized throughout the world. Number 23. Mountain Men. Here is another picture showing us just how many mountain men there are all over the world. Yes, the faces you see in this picture aren't really carved out of mountains, but hillmen doesn't sound quite as nice. The unique thing about these faces is that there are quite a few of them. Usually, in these photos of pareidolia, there's only one subject that takes on the appearance of having a face, but in this instance, there are a lot of faces to be had. Number 22. Not what I expected. The moss-covered rock pictured here looks as though it's just gotten the shock of its life. We don't know what could shock a rock, but apparently, if this picture is to be believed, it happens. Maybe it was something that involved it breaking its nose, since this rock does look like it has a broken one. I'ma call this rock Owen Wilson. Number 21. Melting away the memories. The melting ice and snow in this image looks like a woman who's crying tears, or maybe that's her makeup melting. Whichever direction you want to go is fine. Either way, this block of ice looks like a lady. An unhappy one at that. Number 20. Spud the Potato. To be honest, the potato in this picture looks like the product of redneck inbreeding. Or maybe Sid, the sloth from the hilarious movie Ice Age. Either way, this is a funny looking potato. Number 19. The Lady in the Mountain. Here is another picture of a face in a mountainside. This picture shows what looks like a woman pursing her lips as if to talk or maybe to sing. Some old folk legends claim that there are series of hills throughout the world that seem as though they are singing when the wind blows through at just the right angles. Maybe this is one of the members of Mother Nature's choir. Number 18. Scared and Shy. This pictured section of tree trunk looks like a little girl with long hair. She looks scared or is just shy and is hiding in the tree trunk for protection. There are a lot of reasons why a little girl would be scared and alone in the middle of the forest, but none of those stories have good endings. It's a good thing that this is just a tree and not a real little girl. Number 17. Old Man Snow. Here is another picture of a grumpy old man in nature. This time, he's in snow. The corners and creases in this iceberg are carved in such a way that it looks like the face of an old man. Just like with most of the old men faces we've seen in this video, this one looks like he's mad at the world too. Number 16. Cloudman. The Cloudman in this picture is so fully formed that he has an ear in addition to the outline of a face. Have you ever seen a face in nature that looks so perfect? If we hadn't seen other pictures almost this great, you might have had to believe that this was photoshopped. And it's not. It's just another miracle given to us from Mother Nature herself. Number 15. A snow baby. Mother Nature decided to attach this snow baby to the side of this tree. It does look like a creepy baby, but it was made by nature, in nature, so we can't be too picky, right? We should be grateful we got another example of Pareidolia, even if it is a little creepy. Number 14. Arnold the eggplant. I don't know why I call this eggplant Arnold, but I just did. It just looks like an Arnold with a big nose. What do you think this guy should be called? Dinner? Number 13. A ghastly leaf. The crazy scary leaf in this picture looks straight up like a skeleton or a ghost. Its ghastly expression perfectly matches the emotion this leaf must be going through. If we have to die, we don't want to go in such a gruesome manner. Number 12. Grumpy old stump. This looks like the old man down the street that yells at all of the neighborhood kids to keep off his lawn. We know that this is a picture of a tree, but it looks so real you can almost hear him yelling in a grumpy old man voice. Hey, get off my lawn! Number 11. Confused cacti. The picture here makes this cactus look like it just woke up and doesn't have a clue where it is. Maybe this cactus had a long night of too much partying, or maybe this was a tree that woke up as a cactus. Hey, we make body switching movies, why can't we imagine elements changing spots too? Number 10. Happy leaf. This little guy looks as happy as a clam. We know that this is a leaf in the picture, but the phrase refers to a clam, so we went with it. If we fell off a tree and we were now free to fly around and do as we please, we would probably be just as happy as this leaf too. Number 9. The stone thinker. Here's a great photo of another thinking man. In this image, you can see the distinct nose, eyes, and lips in the rock formation. The connected rock underneath the head makes it look like this structure is thinking hard. About what? We don't know, but being around for millions of years means you have to think of something at some point, or life is going to be really boring. Number 8. Deadly rock. This rock looks like it's had some much better days. Just look at the face in this picture. The last time we saw something this close to death, it was the leaf from number 13. This rock looks like it just drank poison, and it doesn't look like he's going to make it. Number 7. An apple-faced baby. It's a little gross to see rotting fruit, but for the purpose of this video, we have to add this picture. You can see that a worm or some kind of insect burrowed into the apple, giving it a pair of eyes. Combine that with an odd shape in the bottom core shaped to look like a mouth, and you have a full-blown baby apple that looks like a baby. It's a baby-faced apple. How strange. Number 6. Mr. Cool Barbecue. You only have to glance at this picture for a split second before you realize that this is the coolest barbecue on the block. Not because the whole thing is covered in snow, but because he's got on some stunner shades and a cool-ass grin. Whoops. Number 5. Shadow face. This shadow of the assumed nearby tree creates a perfect male face against the garage door. We know that shadows change constantly with the right amount of light involved, etc. But we wonder if this same face shows up day after day. As long as the tree remains semi-constant, as in it keeps the majority of its leaves, this face, in theory, should be back tomorrow. Number 4. Old Lady Parsnip. After seeing this picture, we are rather glad we didn't come to possess this old lady parsnip. As you can see, this root vegetable looks exactly like the face of a witch. We're pretty sure that this is how people go about getting themselves cursed, so we would be leaving this thing at the market for sure. Number 3. Tiny Tree Dancer. This example of Pareidolia is almost too good to be true. The branches of this tiny tree makes it look like a dancer, dancing ballet. This is our favorite example of Pareidolia to date. It just looks so cool. Number 2. Clouds above a volcano. The clouds sitting above the volcano in this picture make it look like the second coming is here. You might think that this cloudy face looks just like a face or a skull or something, but there are plenty of others who think that this is the face of Jesus. What do you think? Number 1. The smiling sunset. Now the picture you see here is just about one of the most iconic pictures showing Pareidolia. As you can clearly see, the 3 birds flying off into the setting sun come together to form a smiling face. Mother Nature truly seems to be a happy soul, and here's the proof.
Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you next time.
For better.